Hello, it's 11:29 p.m. The train is acting really crazy right now, blowing their horn really bad. So I had a lot of videos today. Well, I would have had less videos if I didn't go for the walk. But and I also probably would have had less videos if I didn't go check my mail today. So um it was I guess I've been locked up in here so much, me locking myself up in here so much that I couldn't even. Usually, my body tolerates heat very well, but um, I haven't. Well, today I don't know. I couldn't. My body and my mind couldn't bear the heat today. When I went outside and went for a walk, and once I got to the park, that little walking trail, I wanted to walk on it, and I had on like a t-shirt and sweatpants. So I had on the sweatpants, and but the same kind of sweatpants that would not keep me warm enough in the cold winter. So I guess if it weren't for me going for the walk or for me going to check the mail, I would have had less videos. But I needed to go and check my mail. So of course that the big packet in the mail, it triggered and angered me. Now I feel all this stress on my brain, on my mind. It's overwhelming to the point where it makes my depression crippling. So, well, after the video that I did in the middle of the night, I felt like I didn't have that much to say. But at the moment, they are hitting me in my heart right here with the directed energy weapons because I was speaking out. So I feel pain, pressure, and tightness on my heart. And so I went to bed like after the video. I would have gone to bed sooner, like 1 o'clock in the middle of the night, but I didn't because I ended up getting some online gang stalking harassment. So I ended up with some online gang stalking harassment, which kept me up a little longer. And I had to fight and battle against that. Then I went to bed at like 2:30. Finally went to sleep. I think had to have been after sometime about 3 o'clock in the morning. Then I slept pretty good sometime between 3 o'clock and about 8:30, I think it was, that I woke up. And then I ate just nothing but cereal for breakfast. The granola cereal with the almonds. It was vanilla, like French vanilla granola cereal with the almonds. I got the bulk granola cereal. And that and one other flavor, those were the only couple of flavors. But I may not buy that again because it's like I can't even taste it. It's flavorless. So, but I guess I'll continue to eat it until it's gone. So that's all I had. And then I don't know if I ate around 9 or 10 o'clock. And then I think I took a nap and went to sleep. I think it was like 11 o'clock in the morning. I was still sleep deprived and tired and got me some more sleep. Then I woke up. It was about 2:45. And then after that, I ate the last of the pork ribs, the boneless pork ribs, and I had what else did I have? I had the boneless pork ribs and some cherries, those reindeer cherries that's look like yellow and orange cherries. I had those, and I had I was just eating random stuff in the house. And so I ate also I had those world finest chocolates. They were selling them at Family Dollar Tree for $1. I guess, yeah, but they charged tax on those, so those weren't on food stamps or anything. So I think I had to pay cash with those. And I also had a bag of the Chewies. I couldn't resist. But the bag of Chewies that I had today, it had more powder on it and more flavor. It was much better than the first bag that I had. And I'm like, yeah, this is the good flavor that I remember, So then after I ate, I try to go, take the walk, and I was afraid I was gonna because I started to get a little disoriented and feeling a little confused and stuff. So I didn't want to take any chances on the possibility of getting a heat stroke. Now, throughout the years, I've heard people say that it's dangerous to go out between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. when it's really hot. But I don't remember if it was 4:30 or 5 o'clock that I went out for the walk. And then so I showed y'all everything, with the walk. And then when I did the recording, it looked like no vehicles were near me when I walked to the post office. And then that old man came out of nowhere and was nearly hit me with his vehicle and was riding all close up on me. And so then, I put them on film, and they didn't do much one headlight. I'm not sure if I even saw any one headlights, but they definitely were harassing me with the color coding and the arm hanging out the window and tinted windows and everything. And so then, I tried to show the walking trail, but I couldn't bear the heat. But I wasn't going to go later on this evening because I didn't want to be torn up and attacked by mosquitoes or whatever. And I didn't want those fuckers trying to come into my house and stuff. And then I would have had to spray even more. So then, wow, I got such pressure and pain on my heart. And the pain and pressure on my heart is trickling down to my breasts. Yeah, that's them doing that. They don't want me speaking out about all the stuff I'm going through. So they're trying to kill me. So they're trying to scare me and make me feel like I'm having a heart attack or a medical emergency. But I'm trying to not have to go to the hospital tonight or tomorrow because, if you have to go to the hospital in Victoria, then they, and if you don't have transportation or your own way to get back, they treat you like a criminal, make it like you're trespassing or something. So it's like you gotta leave the hospital right away. And they don't care about you not being able to have transportation to get back home. So now they made the pain stop. So so after I had put some chicken on in the crock pot those chicken wings, and I ate 4 of them. And I had some of the leftover vegetable soup from yesterday. I don't know if that would be considered vegetable soup or stew, but it tasted a little better and more flavorful today than it did yesterday. So I had for dinner I had the vegetable soup. Excuse me, I had the vegetable soup and chicken wings for dinner, and I think I did have my amazing grass supplement with my lunch. So me feeling so like just thinking of all kinds of things, and thinking about all kinds of things and feeling a certain way. Like when I got the Social Security packet in the mail, I felt upset and triggered. And I just feel it psychologically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually defeated. I feel defeated and overwhelmed by all this. And it's like, if that lady's a Mexican lady married to a white man or whatever, she had a Hispanic accent or a Spanish accent on the phone. So even in Los Angeles, it seemed like the Mexicans or the Hispanics, whenever I'm dealing with the Social Security at the Social Security office, they do me worse than my own black people and white people, Americans. They sabotage and do you worse than your own American people. But the blacks and whites that work at the Social Security office, they're pretty bad too, and they gang stalk, abusive narcissistic gang stalkers. But even in New Orleans, they had a Hispanic lady at the Social Security office on Poydras, but I don't know what Spanish country she was from. But she treated me like a criminal in 2017. She treated me like a criminal, and because I was trying to question, like I had just moved to New Orleans, back to my hometown, New Orleans, and I went to the Social Security office and had to get my information switched over, and she was trying to treat me like a criminal because I was trying to question about why part of my, my Social Security got cut off, and they said something about that for 3 months. She could have just simplified everything and just told me what was going on rather than making things difficult and treating me like a criminal and trying to deliberately set me up to get wrongfully banned. That day, they deliberately and on purpose, I wasn't the last one in there, but they waited until last just for the gang stalking setup. I don't like to communicate with Social Security workers over the phone or in person. I don't like to deal with them at all. So, it's like me going through the stress that I went through, even when I called myself trying to eat right, do better, trying to improve myself. And then, I was so depressed that I ate another candy bar, another chocolate bar, trying to psychologically, mentally, and emotionally cope. So, it seemed like the things I wanted to accomplish or my dreams, it seemed like it just shattered. So the whole entire Social Security system failed me. The Social Security Administration, the vocational rehabilitation, and also the Social Security Ticket to Work program. I tried to see about the opportunity for the Social Security Pass program. Back in 2007, I wanted to participate in that, where they said something about that they might withhold some of your benefits and save it for you while you trying to gather up to start up a business or run a business. and nobody wanted to help me. So, I mean, I wish that I would have accomplished being a writer far back as 2007, because living in Denton, Texas, and also living in Los Angeles with that fake mental health counseling, well, not in Los Angeles, but in Denton, Texas. Excuse me, I used to journal a lot. So, like journaling, writing by hand, but otherwise I probably would still be doing that. But because of me finding out about the internet targeted individual community, instead of privately journaling, now I do public videos or post on social media what's going on. Now that I figure out what's going on. So it's like, so I mean, I had a lot of dishes to wash today. I mean, well, not a whole lot, but I washed dishes, took out the trash, cooked. You know, I was manipulated into feeling discouraged from even the desire to cook and bake, or manipulated to feeling discouraged from, cooking and baking. But since I'm here, I prepare my own food, and even living here, I feel like I can't always eat what I want to or eat what I'm in the mood for. But today I ate 3 meals. I ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner today. But, I was supposed to pretty much ration, or, eat the snacks sparingly or every once in a while. But because of what I'm going through, me feeling anxiety about losing my Social Security, or them trying to falsely frame me or set me up to falsely accuse me of a felony crime, or like they keep on threatening and trying to scare me with that, trying to falsely paint me as trying to commit a felony or whatever crime or something. The lady already threatened to and I mean, somebody said I should have recorded the conversation, but I don't know how to operate the recorder on my MP3, the audio recorder on my MP3 player that I do have. I don't know how to operate the recorder. Now they hit me in a different area of my heart. They're hitting me in a different area of my heart. Another reason why I didn't go to bed sooner in the middle of the night last night, because they had this lady on TikTok named Nivi, Nivi, that got hateful and unfollowed me for no reason at all. So if unfollowing you on social media or blocking you usually is a gang stalking tactic, as a way to avoid you or something. So, and they got these people who be like acting like as if they're recovering drug addicts or recovering alcoholics that come to follow me on TikTok, and then they unfollow because like they feel like they don't want a whole bunch of negativity on their timeline or whatever, with them being narcissistic and fake self-righteous. So, I tried to not let it bother me, but it really did bother me that Nivi person, unfollowed me for whatever reason. So they had this perk came on YouTube that called himself Low Tier God or something like that. And he's associated with Pokemon and gaming and stuff. It looked like he got a picture of a black guy, but he make me perceive that he's a white person, posing as a black person, and then and then he came to harass me on YouTube on multiple channels, and I kept blocking him, and he's like, well, why you keep deleting my comments? I didn't just delete your comments. I blocked your channel, and me blocking your channel, the comments automatically get deleted. I blocked you because you're harassing me and falsely calling me schizophrenic. And then he said, well, you can't shut down the truth or something like that. Well, I have a right to do whatever I want on my channel, and I don't have to tolerate harassment. I don't have to tolerate slander. I don't have to tolerate bullying. And what you said was not true. So don't pretend like you're being censored when you're sitting there, harassing me for no reason. So he said something about, she talks about targeting this and gang stalking that. Oh, that's very interesting. Oh, and with your sleep deprivation, you need some Seroquel, and you need to stop being so paranoid or something. I don't remember word for word what he said, but I put it in the community post what he said. So, I didn't want to go to bed with worry on my mind and being upset. So I vented on TikTok, and then also put the videos on YouTube. But my videos of my walk, I did not put it on TikTok because it seemed like it's very time consuming and take all day just to put one or two videos on TikTok, and then TikTok start acting funny. So I didn't put the videos of the walk on TikTok. Just like one of the other days, I didn't even put the videos on TikTok. I forgot what day it was. I don't remember if it was 4th of July or one of those days that I didn't put the videos up on TikTok, but I put them on YouTube. It's like so many videos, and it'll take hours or take a long time to try to put the videos on there. But so that's why but I felt like I needed to vent being frustrated, So if people are telling me let go of the past or forget about the past, but I'm currently suffering in the present as a result of stuff that happened over 20 years ago. So I didn't even realize that I had been approved I didn't even know that was the date that I was approved of, the Social Security or SSI benefits on January 11, 2002. I did not know that until the letter today. And then, because I got the first payment, I got the back pay payment, I think it was in May or June 2002. And mighty funny that the foster mom, my money disappeared and she got a new van with that money. Talking about she was going to put it in a savings bond or put it in a CD, a certificate of deposit or whatever. She never even showed me the account number. She never told me what bank my money was in or none of that. But she felt the need to make it like as if she would take our money as punishment for quote unquote tearing up her house. But the foster care system, if y'all falsely say that we were tearing up your house, we were kids. So if you felt like we were tearing up your house or had behavior problems, y'all force us to take this medicine that make us act non-human. So if y'all say that we break stuff, tear stuff up, or that we tear up your house, but you kept us all these years, and then, you kept us all these years, you falsely accused us of breaking and tearing up your house, but you kept us, and the foster care system or the state, they would reimburse you. So, when I think I was in 5th or 6th grade, see, they're doing it again. They made my heart feel back to normal. And now they're hitting me with the energy weapons, causing pressure again. And at this very second, they just started to have the pain shoot all the way through my, not left, but my right shoulder. So, aside from the gang stalking perp walk videos that I did, I did a couple of videos. One of them was showing one of the videos. I showed the video first about the Social Security paperwork. I didn't show everything, but I showed y'all a couple of things. I uploaded that first before I uploaded the walk, but I took the walk before. I had to take the walk first in order to go and get the paper. To get the stuff, So I'm just like so overwhelmed and feeling defeated and helpless, And so it seems like if you're disabled, if you say you don't want Social Security anymore, like in 2018, they threatened me and told me that we're going to declare that you were never disabled, and we're going to make you pay us back from the first day all the way from back in 2002. And then he's like, well, it was a white man at the Terrytown Social Security office in 115 Terry Parkway in Terrytown, part of Gretna, Louisiana. That Social Security, part of New Orleans, And so he's like, well, you've been accepting money from us all these years. Well, I felt helpless and didn't know what the hell to do. As I said, the foster mom and the social worker, they didn't allow me the right to refuse and trying to make like you don't have any other choice. The foster mom lied to me to my face. And because the Social Security check is bigger, that's why she was taking that one and leaving me with the smaller money. Taking my money against my consent. I didn't ask to live with her after I turned 18. But then, after Hurricane Katrina, after I had already had my own place before Hurricane Katrina and stuff, and how I found out about New Orleans Towers, that vocal rehab counselor, Miss Jane Weichert, she was the one who told us about that place. The foster mom, she was trying to block and stop me from getting my place at New Orleans Towers, but the abuse got worse after I turned 18 and 19 years old. The abuse got worse. The foster mom didn't hinder my twin sister from getting her own place. My twin sister snuck behind everybody's back and moved in silence. But, after my twin sister went off into the military, the foster mom let her have her independence. But I guess in some moments the foster mom still try to control her too. But, let's see. It is now 11:59 p.m. Yeah. So, yeah. My mind is all over the place right now. So even though I was able to catch up on a couple more hours of sleep, I'm still feeling sleep deprived. But I think a couple of people got hateful and unfollowed and blocked me on Twitter as well. But it's okay. On both TikTok and Twitter, I got a couple more new followers. But, as I said, I block you if you harass and bother me. Or if you're satanic. Or if you're of the occult and New Age, or if you're a Freemason, or if you're trolling me or whatever, But I usually don't just block people without a cause or because I think, oh, this person just get on my nerves. So now it is on precisely midnight, 12 o'clock on Sunday, July 9th, 2023. Well, I wanted Saturday, July 8th to be a good day. I wanted it to be a perfect day. But it was ruined. So now the fake Social Security office is telling me that I have 10 days to turn in such and such paperwork. I'm like, why are y'all making me do this when y'all already have it on record? And the student loan people do this, the Social Security food stamp, they all do this. Like as if they want to treat us like, slaves, like potential criminals. Why they make us do this hard work if they already have the information? And so the lady on the phone kept acting like as if she wanted to test to see if I'm, like the whole time she acted like she wanted to test to see if I'm lying. So if I was still homeless on the streets in Cincinnati or Pensacola, Social Security wouldn't even be in my life. They wouldn't even be digging in my business right now. When I tried to I showed y'all what happened, and the gang stalking network they kept repeatedly getting my videos wrongfully taken down when I tried to expose the abuse that they did to me at the Social Security office. They kept taking my videos down. So, at the Social Security office in Cincinnati. So they didn't even want me to get my Social Security information switched over. They kept blocking me when I was in Cincinnati. Now I come here and they're trying to look for, like, if you're part of the Masonic gang stalking cult network, and you're sitting here trying to criminalize me. The fact that you participate in gang stalking, and the trafficking, you a damn fraud. But as I said, I never even had experience really with stocks before. I never took them out before, and it will be my first and last time. As I said, I did it out of desperation due to my homeless situation, and CashApp kept on advertising, like throwing that in my face, So the lady tried to falsely accuse me of intentionally and knowingly, and willfully, hide it from her about the stocks when I really didn't know. I thought that if you make a certain amount of money, like if you making money, I thought that that's when you had to report it. But I figured, well, I wasn't making any money or I wasn't getting anything. So I didn't know that I still had to, that they said I still had to report that. But even I didn't know, there's a lot of stuff that I don't know. And then she tried to make like it's common sense, or she tried to tell me that, well, you've been on this since, like, she tried to make it like as if, oh, since you've been on Social Security and SSI since 2002, she's trying to make it like, you mean to tell me you didn't know? Well, she didn't say that, but she tried to make it like it's no excuse for me to not know. So I thought you had to make a certain amount of money to have to report stuff. So, as I said, I would have never wanted to be in student loan debt. I never wanted to take out student loans in the first place. I never wanted to be on SSI and Social Security in the first place. I never would have wanted to be on Section 8, food stamps, none of that. The foster mom did not train us up in the way we should go. And yeah, I mean, they're fortunate enough that they're running their own freaking businesses. The foster mom has she ran her own businesses. She had her own frame shop business where she would, frame pictures. And that AGF trucking business, she was getting mail from that even after the foster dad, Al, died. So she claimed to be a business owner with the trucks. Well, I thought that was Al's, even though they were married. But and Adrian Felder, she never drove any of those trucks. So Al had his own trucking business. Al via Felder, he had his own trucking business. I think it was called Barnett or something like that. And I thought, I was under the impression that was a business that he owned. And so I think he did have a red shirt. And he used to, it was a diesel truck. And he used to, I think the truck had 10 wheels on it. Not 18, but I think it had 10 wheels on it. So that diesel truck that Al used to have, Al used to, he had the trucking company. He used to deliver furniture to people's houses, a furniture delivery. And then the biological brothers, Wyatt and Mark, they used to help Al sometimes. And I think the foster cousin Corey, the foster mom's nephew Corey, and the foster brother Joe, the foster mom's biological son Joe. I think even Joe took part in owning that business too, because I remember seeing mail that said JPM Trucking, meaning Joseph Paul Modelist Trucking, AGF meaning Adrian Gray Theriot Felder, AGF Trucking or JPM Trucking, So Joe and the foster cousin Corey, they used to do the deliveries or work with the foster dad Al also. And so I'm not sure what other businesses the foster mom may have had, but when we were little, the foster mom used to work. And she used to be a secretary at Exxon, somewhere in New Orleans. I think I still remember her work phone number. I still remember her work phone number. From when she used to work, but she blamed more so my twin sister's so-called bad behavior in school, saying that it was my twin sister's fault that when we were kids, like in 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, I think it was after the foster dad Al passed, she got all that money, she got the BMW, and she quit that job. Or she said that she had to take she was in her 40s, like me was 7 years old, and I think I remember she was 42. So Al died when we were 9. So she could have been 44, 45 years old talking about that she had to take an early retirement and saying that my twin sister was acting too bad in school or something like that. So, I don't remember if it was. I mean, I know it was after Al died, but I don't remember if we were in. We could have been in 4th, 5th, or 6th grade. I don't remember when the foster mom took that so-called early retirement and quit after she celebrated, getting all that freaking money or whatever from Al. And she got that BMW after Al died. and so, I like my eyes are kind of starting to tear up to think back on memories of when the foster mom Adrian Felder and the foster dad Al, they used to argue. and I mean, I really like Wyatt and Mark. They'll talk about it and then keep it secret from me and my twin sister or whatever, or keep it secret from me, or they would discuss and talk about it. And my twin sister knows some stuff too. But the foster dad, Al, his death was not even investigated as a murder. They did something to the foster dad, Al. I don't know everything. And, I heard something that they said that, it was on Mark's birthday, December 11th, when the incident happened, but then he died the next day, December 12th. I think it was a Friday, December 11th, Saturday, December 12th, 1992. I think I need to double check and see if it was a Saturday, December 12th, 1992. If that day was Saturday. But I do remember he died December 12th. And that was the same day that my biological cousin Blake got shot and killed, but it was December 12, 2016. It's like dates in the foster family, birth and death dates is like the same as in the foster family as birth and death dates in the biological family. And they got foster family members that share the same birthday with some of my biological family members. The biological brother Derek shares the same birthday with the foster niece Kayla. But birth date. Wyatt's birthday is 2 days after the foster mom. Her birthday is September 8th. Wyatt's is September 10th. Our birthday is 2 days after the foster cousin Mildred. Hers is like August 23rd. Ours is August 25th. The foster sister Shelly's August 4th. April's birthday is November 17th. Joe's is November 8th. So the foster dad Al's birthday was November 29th, 1945. And the foster mom was born September 8th, 1947. So the biological cousin's Rebecca's daughter Jerniah was born like November 29th. I think she was born 2008. So the foster grandma Mildred Collins, her birthday is January 5th. I think she was born in 1921. Well, I guess she was 10 years older than the biological dad Arthur, but the biological dad Arthur and the foster grandma Mildred Collins, they look so much alike. And people would say that Wyatt looks like the foster cousin Shelby. They've been saying that for years. And they say that me and my twin sister look like as if we can pass for being the foster mom Adrian Felder's biological children. But at the moment, I don't have any pictures of Al. You know, I don't even have any pictures of Al to show y'all and ask, well, hey, do you think we look like we can be Adrian Felder and Al's, do we look like we can pass for being their children? You hear the train acting stupid? So, so it's like, but yeah, nobody wants to answer me when I ask, do I look like I can pass for to be Arthur Grand Prix's biological daughter? But I heard that if you're a scapegoated, targeted individual, it's not uncommon, you know, for people to lie to you about your family. For you to be lied to about your family history, or if they lie to you, or keep your family history secret from you, or they don't want you to know too much. So Lisa Ruby, the fake lady, the fake deliverance ministry lady, Lisa Ruby, she tried to juice my head up and lie and tell me that the Holy Spirit revealed to her that, and she was bullshitting and trying to, you know, trying to just get me all kinds of riled up and stuff, you know. So she tried to lie, like, because it seemed like that's what another lady has said, that Lisa Ruby would make stuff up as she would go along. When she was saying her experience with Lisa Ruby, and this other lady's name was Lisa also. So, so Lisa Ruby tried to juice my head up and lie to me and say that the foster dad Al sodomized me when I was 2 years old. And then she laughed, and I said, well, if that such a thing happened, I don't remember that. And she laughed and said, you're not going to remember. But she tried to lie and said that the Holy Spirit revealed to her that the foster dad Al sodomized me and put demons in me when I was 2 years old. With her fake deliverance ministry and lies. So, like, you sitting here looking for victims to spiritually experiment on, and then when they break away from you, you sit there and leave them to be undeservingly punished with homelessness, setting people up for their lives to be destroyed, and people who don't even know the truth. You know, they said that Lisa Ruby was grooming me. You know, she was love bombing me, and then, you know, she started being manipulative, gaslighting me, very controlling. Weird enough that she would manipulate and control my bathroom trips on purpose so that she would set me up to end up peeing on myself. And wouldn't let me use the bathroom. So then, so anyway, yeah, she was trying to lie and say that the biological sister Ramona, the fact that, you know, because she manipulated me into telling her my whole life story. So it seemed like she weaponized my traumas against me and to play psychological games and destroy and just damage me more and falsely call it a deliverance ministry. And Darius tried to do the same fucking thing. Well, somewhat along those lines, but he reminded me of Lisa Ruby in so many ways. And, you know, as I said, weaponize my traumas against me. But as I said, how the fuck are you going to try to one-up a female and then think you can try to control somebody that's older than you? Way older than you. So, you know, Lisa Ruby tried to tell me this lie that because, you know, me confiding in her and telling her that my twin sister said that See, they using these loud vehicles to distract. So Lisa Ruby, like, me telling her that my twin sister mentioned about how with the Kraft family, that John Kraft and the foster dad Al supposedly was doing threesomes or taking turns with the biological sister Ramona. My twin sister told me that the foster mom Adrian Felder told her that. Well, Anne didn't tell me that, but she told my twin sister that supposedly, or that because we were little. And the foster mom, Adrian Felder, and the foster dad, Al, they used to argue, fuss, and fight. Not physically fight, but they used to argue and fuss a lot. And they used to scream from the top of their lungs, arguing before work, 5 o'clock in the morning. And then after they get off from work and come home, fuss, fuss, fuss. Just nothing but arguing and fussing. So, I mean, what if Al would have divorced her? I mean, what if he would have still been alive today? But, you know, if my twin sister told me that the biological sister Ramona was the mystery woman that Al and John Kraft from the Kraft family, you know, that the biological sister Ramona was the mystery woman that they were, you know, taking turns sleeping with. So both, I confronted them too, Ramona and John. I didn't say who it was who said it, but Ramona and John Kraft, they both lied to me and said that they don't, like, Ramona lied and said that she didn't know who John was, and John lied and said he never knew who she was, because they think it ain't none of my business. But Ramona gets away with lying about everything. You can't trust her at all. Just like you can't trust my twin sisters. They do nothing but freaking lie. Like, all my sisters and brothers, they do nothing but fucking lie. They live for lying. And I'm the only one who tell the damn truth. So, you know, if my twin sister said that the foster mom told her that Ramona was the mystery woman that John Kraft and Al were sleeping with, and I don't even know if it was behind jealousy or if that had anything to do with why John Kraft had the foster dad Al to be arrested when we were 8 years old in 3rd grade. All I heard, I don't remember who told me, but I was little, I was a kid. So somebody said that John Kraft wasn't a good friend and that he set Al up. So I don't even know all about this, but Lisa Ruby tried to lie and say that the Holy Spirit revealed to her that the biological niece Monica and nephew Raymond are the the Holy Spirit revealed to me that they are your half siblings, and that and that's the reason why they treat you and your twin sister the way that they treat y'all, and that Ramona is actually your mother, and that Al is your dad, and is whatever, you know. So and I kind of figured that you're bullshitting, you know, you're lying. But when I didn't know whether or not to believe it when she tried to tell me that the Holy Spirit revealed to her. First, she was trying to say that the man, Big Al, Elton, what was his last name? Elton Edwards. His name was Elton Edwards, but they call him Big Al, from the Fake Institute of Divine Metaphysical Research cult. So Lisa Ruby was trying to, at first, try to convince me that Elton Edwards, or Big Al from the fake IDMR cult, Miss Jennifer's husband from that, you know, that hummingbird daycare I was telling y'all about. Now, Lisa Ruby was trying to tell me was somebody from the cult, you know, sodomized you when you were 2 years old or whatever. You know, at first she was trying to say that it was Big Al from the fake cult Bible class, and then she turned around and said it was the foster dad Al. But the foster dad Alvia Felder was I mean, I don't know if he ever went to the IDMR meetings, but he never went when I was there. But Alvia Felder was not going to the IDMR cult. He used to go to church. I think he was a Baptist. I think he used to go to the Baptist church on Sundays. You know, he used to take us to church on Sundays when, I mean, I have somewhat faint memory. I don't have vivid memory, but, you know, I have a little bit of memory of more than once he would take us to church on Sundays. So Al wasn't going to the fake Institute of Divine Metaphysical Research, but I was like maybe 2 or 3 years old. Al used to take us to church. And then, wow, they hit me exactly right here. All right here with the direct energy weapons. And so then Al, I mean, I remember being like, dog, the foster mom said we were babies going, but she said we weren't born in class, the fake IDMR cult. But I don't remember going to the fake IDMR. I think the earliest I remember was probably 3 or 4 years old. And she used to take me, I don't know if she took all of us, I don't remember, but I remember her dressing me up to go, and they used to put ribbons in our hair, like put the same color ribbon, like barrettes and bows or whatever, balls and barrettes and bows in our hair, and dress us up and put us slips and stockings and a dress or whatever on a Sunday morning to go to the fake cult Bible class. And the earliest I remember being like 3 or 4 years old. And in the foster mom, it was somewhere on, I don't remember if it was I think it was North Claiborne in New Orleans, where she used to take us. And then when I was 7 years old, they built a West Bank branch of the fake IDMR cult. And it was 2209 Lapalco Boulevard in Harvey. And then they had that location for a long time, like for years. And so then on Sunday, I think if I wasn't in my senior year in high school, it used to be if I wasn't in my senior year in high school, it was sometime in high school that they had this whatever church that set up shop right next to the fake IDMR cult, and it was some competition. And then they try to make like as if the church was the devil trying to sabotage them and trying to manipulate them to have to leave, because that church was, you know, they would get really loud. So there was some battle and competition. I mean, the fake IDMR cult, they hate anything Christian. And then they spread false information by, now this is where the half-truth disinformation comes in, that, you know, they're telling the truth by telling you that Catholicism is wrong, is bad. You know, they're telling the truth about that. But where they're wrong is, you know, where the disinformation comes in is that see, they're telling half-truths. But they're wrong by pointing a finger at Catholics and using Catholicism to justify why all Christianity is bad and wrong, and why Jesus is not the right name. And because they're part of the fake sacred name movement, and the Black Hebrew Israelites cult is also part of the fake sacred name movement, which the sacred name movement has a Masonic origin. So if you do your deep research, you know that, and then you research about the Catholics and the Illuminati and the Jesuits, A lot of people say that the Jesuits control Freemasonry, and the Vatican in Italy, the Vatican in Rome control all the world. And that America is not a country, it's a corporation. After my Illuminati research, I don't remember everything. They scrubbed a lot of truth from the internet. I lost a lot of my information. But the fake IDMR cult is part of the Sacred Name movement, the Hebrew Roots movement. And, they read out of a King James Version Bible, but it's not their final authority. And then they started to read out of this fake Holy Name version by a false Jew named A.B. Trainer. And then after I left, I hear about how they read out of the Schofield Bible. In the Schofield Bible, I don't remember much about, I never heard of a Schofield Bible until my twin sister said that they read out of the Schofield Bible. Excuse me. So I heard that C.I. Schofield was Masonic and a false teacher. And, so the fake IDMR cult is all kinds of wrong. And then they try to use Catholics to justify why all Christianity is bad and evil. They brainwash us and they lied to us. But, they didn't say that they are bad too, because the fake IDMR cult, they have their roots in Freemasonry, the New Age movement, the Hebrew Roots movement, occultism. One of their aims said that they want to encourage and promote occult science. I didn't know what occult meant. But of course, they try to downplay it and make it not sound so evil by saying occult just simply means hidden. Or that metaphysical just simply means beyond the physical, it means spiritual. But I didn't realize that all that meant evil and demonic. But, oh man. So, let me see something. See, now they got this troll. It's like they have a whole bunch of YouTube trolls attacking me. So they have this white person put the N-word, and how can he keep that channel? He put a fake meme picture of the blackest man he can find, and then using the N-word as his username, and said, "What happened with your social check?" So out here, it's okay for gang stalkers to use racism against me. So ever since me speaking out about the Social Security thing, I'm getting a whole bunch of trolls harassing me now. A whole bunch of gang stalking trolls harassing me. It's like they're celebrating and glad that my Social Security check or my SSI check is at risk and being threatened. Because even back in 2020, the online gang stalkers would make threats to call up 2020, 2021. I was homeless on the streets and they would make threats while y'all fraudulently and illegally rich living a high life. They would tell me, they would make threats that, I'm going to call the Social Security office and tell them such and such about you. Or I'm going to call them and show them your videos and tell them that you're begging for money and that you're committing fraud and this and that, whatever. But I said, if I die, y'all got blood on y'all hands. I'm still alive and y'all already got blood on y'all hands because y'all making death threats and murder threats at me. So if I repost what that perp said, I can't even say that N word, the racial slur. I can't say that. But if I post that up, then they will shut my account down. But I'm going to screenshot it. But I can't post it anywhere except Twitter, probably Twitter. But I can't put it on TikTok or repost it on YouTube. But I'm going to screenshot it. So I get falsely accused of the very same harassment that I've been trying to expose. So yeah, and like I need to, as I said, I started to get better, and then now it's like I'm having this like stressor in my life right now with the Social Security thing, and it's like because I'm, stressing out and stuff and feeling depressed and full of anxiety and everything. Oh, now it seems like my eating is starting to, like, I guess, blow out of proportion. So I need to watch myself. But I'm emotionally, psychologically, and mentally, fighting as best as I can to try to stay strong. Trying to stay strong. But it's like the trolls can get away with whatever scam and fraud, but they try to make frame setups to try to falsely make it like as if, they trying to look for something to criminalize me about. Hunting for something to criminalize me about. As I said, even in 2011, I was so busy fighting for survival and suffering with being homeless. In 2000, like after I moved to Los Angeles, that and then they used to not really play with my mail at the women's center downtown in Los Angeles, but they used to get mad and yell at me every time I try to ask for my mail. And they had this African lady named Hedwig or whatever her name was. And they had this lady named Miss Faye Miss Faye, and that Hedwig lady. And they had a few other people I don't remember. They would get mad and yell at me and be mean every time I try to go get mail. So eventually I quit going. Just like with the fake waterfront mission in Pensacola, they would abuse me and play with my mail and lie and say I didn't have mail. And so eventually I quit going. Quit picking up mail. But now I'm glad to, at the moment, I guess I have to enjoy it for a temporary season because, as I said, I don't know if I'll be here for August or, I just got here and thought everything seemed to be going well right when I get settled in, get food stamps, and they gave me some SSI back pay money and food stamp back pay money. I just moved here, so the online perps, it's none of your business what I did with my, SSI back pay check. And it's none of your business how much I got either. What crooked thing could I do when all I'm trying to do is buy up stuff for the house and freaking survive? Or buy up stuff from hygiene or food or whatever. I wasn't getting food stamps at that time. I just got here. So, excuse me. So, as I said, I didn't really have to panhandle a whole lot. Like, I was pretty good with mostly and up until like the 25th of the month. Then after the 25th of the month, I had to beg and panhandle on the streets. But after what happened in 2020 that I can't mention because they would wrongfully strike my channel down. If I mentioned that thing that started in 2020, that ruined just about everybody financially. So it wasn't until then that I thought it was temporary for me to be having to beg for help with hotel room and this and that, whatever. But it lasted a long time. And then, when I got certain jobs, I didn't have to beg and panhandle. Like when I was working at Seville Quarter, I didn't beg or panhandle for any money. The only time I had to do it was when the homeless gang stalkers stole all my belongings. And the online perps falsely accused me of lying. And they falsely accused me of lying about having a different backpack and everything. And so they weaponized that against me and manipulated and twisted everything even when I showed the proof and evidence. Excuse me. And so that was the only time I had to beg and panhandle. But then when I got the job at the high schools, when I got the job at the high schools, the high school and the middle school, I was getting paid every day. But they sent me to the middle school. They try to lie and say that I'm the greatest asset, but they sent me over to the middle school and then shortened my hours while lying to me or telling me that they think I'm the greatest asset or whatever, or the best asset. And well, I'm such a great asset. Well, why didn't you increase my hours? But no, you sent me to the other school and then decrease my hours so that y'all can set up for me to be workplace mobbed and gang stalked by 3 or 4 other people. And so y'all shortened my hours, and I was barely making it after they shortened my hours. But before they shortened my hours, I had just started, and everything, my finances was looking good enough where I almost was confident enough that I can be looking into, housing and a car and housing and a car. But I felt like that 300 a week or 300 something a week with the motel room, I felt like even though I had a roof over my head, but it was a financial trap. But the whole time I worked at the schools, I did not ask for any money. And the online gang stalkers, I was at work and they would wait till I'm at work to make harassing comments. Bully, harass, and threaten me, and make death threats at me. Make threats to get a gun. Make threats to have my head bashed in concrete. Gang stalking. The online gang stalkers said that the in-person gang stalkers should have thrown me out into the water. Threw me out into the bay. When I was homeless and sleeping by the bay. So yeah, as I said, I think the gang stalking network is so mad at me for getting this place that now they want to attack me financially on purpose to either try to set me up to be criminalized with jail or prison, and trying to threaten me and trying to frighten and scare me with under penalty of perjury when they're sitting there putting in false information. I didn't tell that lady over the phone that I'm an editor. I said I'm an author. I'm a writer. I'm not an editor. And she falsely put that I had 3 ebooks. I said I have ebooks. I didn't say I had 3, but I wrote 3 since living up in here. But I have way more than 3 ebooks. So, as soon as I started writing and publishing ebooks, even the first one, the Gang Stalking Network, before I even got my first royalties, which was only $25. And they would make threats and say that we're going to call up the Social Security office and tell them that you're not reporting your earnings, or you're not reporting your ebooks, or you're going to have to report that. So the fact that the gang stalkers lie about everything, and they don't have my best interest at heart. I thought that they were lying and just trying to scare me when they said that. They sitting there harassing me and putting me through hell and distracting me from the things I needed to do. So I was told by the tax people that I didn't have to really report, gift money or GoFundMe or anything like that. But they said I had to, so the Social Security people and the tax people said that, yes, royalties from Amazon ebooks, in which I didn't know, because I thought that if you're self-employed or something, I thought you only had to report it if it was over $600. That's what I thought I had been told, but I thought that they waived that or something like that. I don't remember. I don't even know all the rules and stuff, because I do have mild learning disability myself. So one of my biggest struggles, even though I'm an author, but one of my biggest struggles is reading comprehension. Always has been. And I had 2 strokes when I was 5 years old. So, I don't have much knowledge about how the tax thing operates. When I ask questions, narcissistic abusers and gang stalkers, they expect me to figure it out on my own, or they don't want to help me, or they just give me a blank look. And they don't want to even help me, when I ask questions. Trying to do the right thing. So I was told that, and they recorded it, So even with the tax thing, even though they have all the information, they expect you to come with the paperwork to prove, what they already have on record. And to me, that's unnecessary. If you already got it, why I don't know why the government just want to criminalize. Look for excuses to criminalize us when they said that our money system was founded upon fraud with the Jekyll Island and the fiat currency and all that back in 1913, and that the elite, which are demon-possessed human beings, that they are fake humans possessing real money, and we are real people shooting and killing and fighting and hating each other over fake money. They hoard like I heard about the central bank in Switzerland, where the elite shadow government, the elite, hold the real wealth. So we're sitting here surviving and working off of fake money, struggling to survive off of fake money, eating fake food, which I know the chocolate and the chips and everything I had today was fake food. It wasn't real nourishing food, but, just emotional comfort. I wasn't even thinking because of being stressed out and upset, and grabbing that to eat in order to cope and feel better. So, if everything is, fake food, fake medicine, fake water. I heard that in more than half of the country, I heard that the tap water is forever chemicals. That they contain forever chemicals. So, fake skies. I heard that they have the fake stars, fake sun. Did I say fake medicine? Fake everything. Chemtrail, fake clouds. So We got fake friends, fake family. So I heard that the Social Security system back in the 1930s was founded and built upon fraud. I mean, I've recently done, and I'm pretty sure I did research back then too, but forgot about it and then just rehashed the information. I mean, the government sending money to Ukraine, that's fraudulent and illegal. But we're not allowed to question that. Them illegally letting migrants in and letting them ride the gravy train while we got homeless veterans and elderly and disabled people and babies struggling and homeless. People can't even feed their families. But the only way you can live right, I'm sorry, that's the wrong word. The only way you can live nice, not right, but nice. The only way you can live nice is if you sell your soul. And then you can be free to commit whatever crime you or satanic ritual or witchcraft that you want. And then get rewarded for it rather than punished. So, you know what? That person that said what happened to your social check, that might be the fake Darnell Williams perp. If it's not him, then I don't know who it is. But, I came up in here and they were hitting me with direct energy weapons, causing me severe sleep deprivation and vertigo and nausea and squeezing my organs and trying to kill me. How come nobody said that? Nobody cares about the atrocities and crimes committed towards me. And they treat me like as if my life does not matter. Like I am not important. So the gang stalking network, the online gang stalkers are having a field day with the hell I'm going through with Social Security, which was part of the Masonic gang stalking setup. So if I end up getting arrested, wrongfully arrested and falsely framed and going to jail, well, I'm just going to go to jail and I'm not going to take any deals to sell out or anything like that. Or, I would rather y'all, I will die before I'm not even going to willfully or intentionally try to sell out. But that's what y'all trying to do, manipulate and try to falsely frame and paint me as somebody who knowingly, committing fraud with the Social Security. Well, if I haven't done so in so many years, what make you think I'm going to just wake up and commit fraud now? But, if the gang stalking network would not have bullied me and forced me into homelessness in the first place, I would not have to beg and panhandle. And Social Security do not give people enough money. They give us crumbs. If you get a Social Security check, you shouldn't even have to be homeless. I heard in Japan and Dubai and certain countries and even Denmark and Switzerland, I heard that homelessness don't even exist. But they call us a first world country, or, America, they call us a first world country when we got so many poor, starving, hungry, and homeless? And it's like they want to try to back me in a corner with they do it to a lot of targeted individuals, try to back you into a corner and force you to look like a desperate loser. But if y'all would have let me work and you would not have sabotaged my housing, then I wouldn't have had to beg for money or have to ask for help to survive. So y'all trying to make like this that is backfiring on me because I try to survive and get out of the cold because homeless shelters being full or they're unsafe to live in, bed bug infested. They take all your money. They fraudulently and illegally, with the food stamps that I have. If I had to go to a homeless shelter, what the homeless shelters would do is take my food stamp, take everybody food stamps. Take, like, the director or whatever would take your food stamps. You're not allowed to have your own food or money. I mean, your own food or food stamps to yourself. And then they take the food stamps and the money for themselves and then feed you old slops. Old, stale, rotten slops to eat. And nearly all homeless people do not question it. And if you complain or stand up, then they want to say that you're negative and, low vibrational, and that they want you to just, shut up. And even the other residents being like, just follow the rules. I'm like, they love to narcissistically meddle in. Like, mind your own damn business. I ain't even talking to you. I'm talking to the staff, and you're not staff. Shut the fuck up, you fake demonic bitch. This ain't got nothing to do with you. Yeah, they have the ass-kissing fake residents that try to pretend to play staff and think that, that them trying to play staff is going to get them some kind of fake incentive. Kiss ass and, desperate to be the director's favorite, the cult leader's favorite, spy and snitch, set you up, trying to get you kicked out, make up lies to try to get you kicked out of the shelter. And that goes for domestic violence shelters as well, or the regular homeless shelter. But ain't nobody trying to help you. They just sit there and leave you hanging. And I should have said this in my TikTok videos. If it weren't for the foster mom rubbing her hands together, waiting on my back paycheck and all that money that was thousands of dollars to come into, she used to make those threats that when we turn 18, she was going to throw us out on the streets. Or trying to tell me that once I turn 18, I'm going to end up being homeless. She used to try to taunt and harass and try to haunt and frighten and scare me with that. Telling me that, when I turn 18, asking me, where you going to live at, huh, Candy? Where you going to live at? Where you going to live at, huh? Who's going to take care of you, huh? Well, all that. So she would tell me, when I get a certain age, don't come ask her about this, that, whatever. But as I said, I try to be independent and break away. But after Hurricane Katrina, I didn't know of anywhere else to go. I didn't have anywhere else to go. And for me to finish up my college degree, that was the only opportunity that I knew of. Was to go back to her after. But I thought that things would have changed. I thought they would change. They were still controlling and abusive. No way in hell should somebody be 18, 19, 20 years old and still being physically abused and beat on and your money being controlled and everything else by foster and biological family members. So I'm not getting any justice for all the wrong that's done to me. But I'm sitting here being forced to be held accountable and suffer consequences for stuff that I wasn't aware of, or stuff that I didn't know, or I have to be forced to suffer consequences or be held accountable for stuff that other people have done to me that was dirty, or stuff that I'm falsely accused of doing. So that Miss Kister or whatever, she lied to me and said, well, you get these reviews every year. I said, no, I do not get those reviews every year. Then she said, well, the last time you had a review like this was 2016 or something. I don't even remember such review. But, I think that this fake Social Security review, by the fact that the gang stalking network is mad at me for getting a place, I think it was a fake stage setup as an excuse and an opportunity to try to set me up and, trying to falsely frame me and trying to set me up to be back homeless again or lose my benefits, which I never wanted in the first place. And, or for them to try to set me up to get jailed or imprisoned or something. So God knows, and I know that I had no idea about the stocks thing. Or I wasn't even sure really about the Social Security thing. So now she wants me to turn in check stubs from when I was working at the schools, but I already submitted that. So she wants me to submit that again. Giving me a hard time. And just putting me through another headache. And as I said, the way they abuse me and the way they treat me, I try to avoid having to deal with the Social Security people. I try to avoid going to the office a lot of the times, but I submit the paperwork through the after hours mail or something. For a long time, when what happened, they shut the Social Security office and a lot of businesses down. And the Social Security offices was one of the last things to open back up and be back functional and normal again. So that lady trying to bully and intimidate me and trying to set me up and trying to falsely accuse me of being criminalized. But if the June 2nd appointment was not sabotaged, then the outcome probably would have been different. So the gang stalking network, they sabotaged that on purpose to set this up. So now I can't even relax living up in here after being dealing with the homelessness and everything. I can't even relax. I can't enjoy myself. I can't get a breather. So now I have to be on edge and high anxiety, high nervousness. With high anxiety and high nervousness and all that stuff that money and food stamps was spent on. If I gotta leave out of here by August next month or September or any of the months down the line, if I have to leave out of here, then I won't be able to take the stuff with me. I'm gonna have to leave my stuff behind because I don't have a vehicle to take my stuff. So the fake Darnell Williams perp was like, before I even left, I'm gonna say it again, before I even left the place, the Birch Hill Suites. Oh, and they still never gave me my $7 back. So basically, the fake Social Security people, well, that lady is the only one telling me, basically making it like as if I'm in serious trouble for or seriously punished for accepting online donations from people. But if y'all would have given people enough money to keep them off the streets, then I wouldn't have to ask for donations. And then, there's really, a housing shortage. They say it's not just for low income, but there's a housing shortage, for everybody, the rich and poor. Because they're building the Agenda 21, Agenda 2030, Agenda 2050, the ICLEI, Sustainable Development, New World Order, the United Nations New World Order. They want to depopulate humanity, depopulate and poison and kill us all, and then have so many souls sent to hell without Jesus Christ. And they want to keep us, blind us with entertainment and worshiping celebrities like Aaliyah or, dead or alive. It's fake, retarded celebrities. And that's genetically modified, fake, demonically infested pseudo-human beings. Cloned, dead clone, transgender, pushing, the New World Order agendas. The celebrities, I had to find out the hard way that the celebrities really do hate us. And they casting spells on us. The celebrities are devil worshippers. And then you hear about their deaths or whatever, and people say the deaths is fake, or that they're still alive and that they're cloned. People saying Tupac is still alive, that he's secretly still alive, or that Michael Jackson is secretly still alive and running around somewhere. They have people who even say that Aaliyah is still secretly alive, or that she's now Natalie LaRose. Or that Left Eye's pink bitch with two eyes, BIITCH. Yeah, I thought about doing a blog post talking about the celebrities and their multiple or mixed personalities. Lady Gaga. So, so when we wasted our time watching these movies, jamming to good R&B music and having the ghetto barbecues and playing spades in the hood, block parties, we could have been researching the truth and gardening and sewing and prepping and being spiritually prepared. But we just wasting idle time and being brainwashed with going to school where they're going to brainwash and lie to you and withhold the truth from you. Common Core teaching, brainwashing us with communist ideas. Common Core curriculum, Communist Core. Brainwashing you with the lies about evolution, which is, the evolution is their brainwashing with the, the predictive programming and the brainwashing with transhumanism. So I'm pretty sure that my storage space is eating up on my phone. Thanks. I'm glad I got to vent. But my mind is all scrambled right now. I can't even function right now. I'm just at a loss for words for what I'm going through.